Hey, I'm Chrono Leon, and I'm with Thomas's Edit 2000 class, and this is my reflection video. First question, discuss what we've learned in the previous 2 weeks of class and how it relates to the topics for this week's class. In the past, we talked about universal learning, um, creativity, and communication. As far as communication and universal learning, we got to do Twitter chats where we were in a hashtag specific chat room with different educators, and we were able to collaborate and communicate on different things we found effective in our classrooms. So that was a way which we implemented the use of social media to talk about what works in our classrooms, and they had a lot to say. I don't want to go into anything too specific since I don't have a lot of time. But another thing we got to do this week was we got to ask a wonder and then create a website in which we did research on our part to answer our own question, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. We were able to research information and then disseminate that through a website, but in a way in which we could use our own creativity to effectively communicate our idea and our research to our audience. How does educational technology support the implementation of this week's topic? This week's topic, we talked about authentic learning, critical thinking, research, and problem solving. Well, that's easy. With technology today, we have access to so much information that research isn't a problem, and we have better tools for problem solving. As far as authentic learning and critical thinking, I want to refer back to Daniel Pink's video in which he described self-motivated tasks are usually better ways for students to become self-engaged, and I feel like if we gave them more options rather than just here, sit down and read this textbook, and presented them with options through the use of technology. For example, I'm studying video games and how they're more effective, or can they be effective in the classroom. But perhaps where one kid would rather use a textbook, maybe another kid would be more self-motivated and self-engaged with the use of learning through video games. So that's a way in which educational technology supports authentic learning, critical thinking, research, and problem solving. I just wanted to throw in my biggest takeaway from this week's lesson, which came from Daniel Pink's video. He talked a lot about how motivation and how we know to motivate is actually not the most correct way. If there is a simple task with one direction on how to do it, incentives work great, and the carrots and sticks method is a great method for that. But in the real world, where we use more authentic learning and reasoning, research, critical thinking, critical analysis, all of the things that we're talking about this week, we need to have different ways of motivating. And some of the things that we're seeing companies do, and we've known Google to do this with their employees, is give 20% of their time to put towards things they want to learn about. So their whole process is to self-motivate their employees to be engaged in things they want to learn about. If companies change their infrastructure around this model or this fact, then perhaps we could see education change so that we aren't learning the whole carrots and sticks incentives and punishment reward system. Maybe they would be teaching us on a model that follows the self-engagement and self-interest and self-motivation model. But I guess that's just food for thought at the moment. and hopefully there are more companies that adopt this, and I'd be excited to see that. And this is my reflection video for the week. Thank you.